Okay, we are live and back. Welcome to Eye Recite Presents Testimonials. I'm so excited to have you here with me today, here with each other as we share our testimonies, giving God honor, giving our ancestors honor, honoring our parents and those who have helped us along the way. Give yourselves a round of applause for being here. All right, Eye Recite Testimonials. So, I wanted to do a filming of this moment because poetry and songwriting and singing is in my heart, in my spirit, and everyone that's in this room, we share a lot of that in common. We were raised that way. Some of us fell into it as we got older. But it helps to connect us all, right? We all have this message, and it's through the transformative power of words that we're able to move through life and get lessons and tuck things in your pocket when you need them the most, right? I know that there are folks here who have surely poured into me, and I've been able to reflect on those words over time. I was thinking about my first open mic performance, right? It was like 2014. So it's been like 10 years that I've been doing spoken word, poetry, and performing on these stages, and I still love it. And I've been away from it for a little bit, but I'm coming back.
Right, welcome.
And this is one of those moments of resurgence, I guess, a rebirth, if you will, for Kyla, the artist. So, we have food, so please eat the food up, because sis is on a diet in the 2024. We're not trying to get back to the 2014 shape, maybe about the 2017 shape. So we don't want to take nothing back with us. So please indulge. You're welcome to it. And we are going to bring up our first performer. She has a beautiful spirit that delivers dance in a way that I haven't seen in a long time. And so when I thought about this moment, and I thought about a moment of transformation and a moment of testimony, I was like, who could bring that to the stage? And I was like, no other than April. Y'all welcome me, sister. She comes to the stage. Give April a round of applause. April Thomas. I love that song. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Yes, super powerful. That's why I wanted to hear y'all. I'm trying to hold it together because I'm hosting the show. But my God, if you only knew my story. We're going to start our open mic portion. We have an artist here who says, sis, I got other things to do today, but I want to say what I got to say and share what I got to share. And I said, I feel you, brother. I understand what it needs to be when we want to be in starting on time. And then my grandmama used to say, start in good order. Work in good purpose and start in good order. So that's what we about to do. I want to bring this brother to the mic. He told me that his name was Dr. Groove. Y'all give it up for Dr. Groove.
Who here is not married? All right. You're going to really get into this. And the married couples, they're going to go right along, but you're going to really get into this. All right, so I was in a relationship, and the relationship went south. And I told God, I'm sick of women. I don't want to see another one. You fix it. Just like that. I was a straight up gangster. And God said, okay, all right. So about 3-4 months in the Federal Express, I was driving down the road, and I met this wonderful person who was stranded on the side of the road because she was walking, as a matter of fact, the car had stopped. She was walking down the expressway. It was drizzling, and I had already been set up. It was a setup because God knew that I would stop for somebody who was stranded at that time. Now, in this day and age, they'll stick you up or whatever, but back then, you could stop if you saw somebody in distress. So I stopped, and when I stopped, I bagged my car back down the expressway. I said, ma'am, I will take you. I rolled my window down. I said, man, I'll take you wherever you need to go. And she looked me over because I had my Federal Express cards all on the front seat. And in the back, I had my Bible. But she still wasn't too sure. She said, make sure I wasn't a Jack the Ripper or somebody. And then she finally said, I'm going to get into the car. So she got into the car. And I said, ma'am, I'll take you wherever you need to go. So we went to Kenosha. She was canceling a hair appointment. That's what she told me. But she actually was going somewhere to say, look, if this man is crazy, this is what he looked like, this is the car he got. So that's what actually really happened. And then she went to cash her check because the reason why she was stranded on the side of the road is that she had ran out of gas, and that's the first time she ever ran out of gas. I had never ran out of gas. So because of that, we got a gas tank. A gas canister, and then we went and got some gas, and then I went back to her car to be able to fill up the car. Now it's freezing cold outside because it's raining, it's drizzling, it's cold, and this is my version, and I'm sticking to it. So anyway, I got the canister, and I didn't know you all, and I had physics and did good in physics, but I forgot that you have to take the siphon out. So I'm trying to pour this gas in her car, and ain't nothing coming out. And I'm freezing, and she's trying to keep me from getting wet. She opens up her jacket to keep me from getting wet. I said she flashed me, okay? So then after I figured out the siphon, we poured, the gas got into the car. I left and with her and followed her to the gas station to make sure that she could fill up. She said, do you have a business card? I said, yeah, I got a business card. I couldn't lie. That was all on the front seat, so I had to give it to her. So I gave her my business card. She gave me hers. As soon as I pulled off, I opened up my glove compartment, put it in the back of my glove compartment, said, that's it. I ain't trying to talk to her. So I went on about my business. 2 weeks later, Federal Express, on a Saturday, 1-800 number is the only thing on the card. There's no way that you can get through the 1-800. You're not supposed to be able to reach a sales executive on that day. Number two, ain't no way that somebody would know I'm in on a Saturday working. In comes a telephone call. do you know who this is? I said, it's Dead, because I called her damsel in distress. Okay, so I said, this is Dead. I said, how's did your mother make it up to your grandfather her father before he passed? She said, yeah. So we got tough. She said, whatever, I just cannot believe that you did all the stuff that you did. Whatever I could do, I work at Sherman Shoes. I help you get a discount on shoes. Whatever, please come in. I said, no problem. I said, no problem, but I said, you know something? Shoes ain't my thing. I said, I like to eat. I said, can you cook? She said, I'm from the South. I can burn. So I said, okay. And we've been together ever since. Now, wait a minute. But I want to tell the singles out here. But this is how it happened. We went to pre-marriage class. And in pre-marriage class, they say, y'all gonna really get a kick out of this and I'll be done. They say that you have to, go through pre-marriage class, and they gave us a task to do. And it started off with 70 people. It got whittled down to about 20 people in about 2 or 3 weeks, okay? But anyway, they gave us a task. We had to find something. Genesis 2:18. So I remember this. So I had to find a receipt for $2.18 and bring it back to the next class. I'm going to be slick. I'm going to be nickel slick, but I came up a penny short. Because I call myself go to a thrift store and tell the lady that I just want a receipt for $2.18, let me buy anything. But guess what? God changed the spot that my wife was supposed to go to. Instead of going into Geneva where she was working at, I had to go to Schaumburg. We got caught all up in traffic. It was running tight, so I had to do anything. So when I walked in, I was panicking already on my mind because I was like, ain't no thrift stores out, no Schaumburg. I can't find nothing, to get no $2.18. So when she walked in and I walked in, we walked in through the mall, and I'm looking to the left, and I saw some food over there. I said, well, I don't want that. I don't want to show my wife I'm a junk food junkie. I said, see, God, if you wanted me to marry her, you would give me a receipt for $2.18. I was that bold and that stupid. I was challenging God the whole way. So I took her down to wherever she needed to go, and I went into a store, and I told the women, and they thought it was romantic. They tearing up the store trying to find me something for $2.18. Line is building in their own store, and they leaving them people that trying to find me something for $2.18. So I found something for $2.69. I was mad. I got an angel pen, which she still has, and I took this angel pen and reluctantly bought it and came back out of the store with a receipt for $2.69. So I come out the store. I'm with her. We're going through the mall, and I look over to the right. I said, baby, you want something to eat? I saw 2 egg rolls. I got the 2 egg rolls. It was 99 cents a piece. I'm walking through the mall. I look down. That's a receipt for $2.18. I said, God, I'm sorry. The people in the mall thought I was nuts. I'm sorry, God. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. And I really meant it. I was like an idiot. So I did get the receipt. We walked into class. It happened 3 times. God confirmed that was my wife 3 times. I just want somebody to hear that testimony. Go to pre-marriage class if you have not. I want to encourage somebody, when it's time for you to go, it turns the focus on you. You thinking it's going to be on the mate. You got to look yourself in the mirror. Micah 6:8 says, I've showed thee, O man, what is good, what does the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, love mercy, and walk humbly before thy God. You cannot get into any relationship until you can answer all 3 of those questions for yourself. Do I do justly? Do I love mercy? Do I walk humbly before thy God? If you can't answer all 3 for yourself, then you need to relook at this situation. Then look at the other person and say, do they do justly? Do they love mercy? Do they walk humbly before thy God? You got to take all 3. It can't be 2. It can't be 1. It got to be all 3. I want to encourage somebody here who's single today. I'm telling you now, 27 years in now. I'm telling you, please, Micah 6:8, use it as a reference. Because you always hear people say, ain't no good men's out there. Ain't no good men's. Well, guess what? The Bible says, I've showed thee, O man, what is good and what does the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, love mercy, and walk humbly before thy God. I hope somebody got something out of this today.
I appreciate that good word. And you and him must be related. Where my husband there? Yeah, y'all must be related. He also had professed that he would not. And he shall, and he did. twice. Love you, baby. All right, we going to keep this. Thank you. Y'all give it up for Dr. Groove, y'all. One more time. I love that story. That was great. We are going to keep the open mic portion going. This brother, I've had the opportunity in the last year to hang a bit with this brother, and he is hilarious, y'all. He is so funny. I love his poetry. It's so smart. It's so quirky. I'm so happy that he's here today, sharing in this moment with all of us. Y'all give it up for Double G.
I must admit, it's been a while since I had my last fix, and it's funny. See, I always hoped I'd be able to cope with my addiction better than this. Now I find myself caught in the midst of the battle between healing and surrender. See, my paper's the judge, the lines are the jury, and my pen takes a stage and plays the role of the public defender as I enter the center feeling freed from being full of venom and rage. I'm trying hard to escape being placed in a cage and locked away from my destiny. Hated by the world because my mind possesses the current density to transmit light like my gift was heaven sent to me, and eventually I must realize my true identity is being essentially flesh and spirit, mirrored symmetrically, effortlessly operating as one entity. See, I've been patiently awaiting the outcome of this heavenly recipe by becoming what I was born to be and putting my life on display for the entire world to see. Walking in my anointing consistently, see, I was made for this. Truthfully, I got down on my knees and prayed for this. I took the road less traveled, never strayed for this. See, I rolled the dice and risked it all, played games most people wouldn't play for this. This chance to make atonement for my sins. See, these days it's getting hard to differentiate where Mike ends and the glory of God begins. Been bearing the weight of his promise for so long, y'all. It's started to take a serious toll on my back and shins. I'm so pregnant with expectation it feels like I'm birthing twins. Or better yet, you can call me the Octomom. Because of his glory, I can go toe-to-toe with the octagon with Satan himself and exit the ring victorious. Unified, fearless Christians, see, we graduated from student status to warriors in the spirit. My inner light radiates when I sing those old church hymns, not just doing this on a whim. See, my soul searched eternity for a means of survival and found it in him. And since then, the devil and I have shared a rivalry that predates shirts and skins, and to show my devotion, I simply spit something thought-provoking, leaving demons heated and smoking like some used-up Virginia Slims. Undefeated until God's gift is depleted, because I begged and pleaded for him to take over this place. Now they calling me a king because he's my ace, and these days I spend my minutes counting down my seconds till I get to see his face, walking blindly in faith like my eyes bathed in mace, with my mouth continually giving him the utmost praise. Hallelujah, Jesus. I'm addicted to magnifying your name. See, I'm not in it for fortune and fame. Just peep inside the masterpiece and you'll find the master's piece. See, the skin is nothing more than a frame. Like I found treasure buried in the sands of time, and through rhyme I'm publicly staking my claim.
I think that most of us have been down before in our lives, and whether it's God that we leaned on or God sent someone for us to lean on, we've gotten stronger, we've gotten better, and we're here today to continue sharing. So y'all give it up again for Double G. We're going to keep this open mic thing going. This next young lady, she's a fireball. She has amazing energy. I haven't heard her spit in a couple of years, but I am so excited that she is back here. She brought her little baby, and y'all know I love me some babies. So I feel so honored that she is here and that she is going to share with us today. Because I'm Kai Love, but I always need Mo Love. Come on, Mo Love.
It's like I spoke you into existence. To anyone that would listen or could afford to pay attention, I made it my mission to mention the reality of you existing, because miracles only manifest through intention. I turned a question mark into a sentence when my period was supposed to come and I missed it, and I don't miss it. Planning to be a missus, called me Planned Parenthood because I control giving birth. Mama told me I was gifted, made to make a difference, and I knew it was true when things within me started shifting. Prime example of what it's like to always pull through when it's tension. Getting through what I go through, the reinvention of of redemption. Knife in my back, I still strive when pressure being presented, but put myself in a position by pushing when met with resistance to make a positive change. I'm giving birth to transition. My perturbation is bound to produce ascension, introduced to a new dimension. Can't diminish my latest invention. They tried to clip my wings, but didn't account for greatness extension. But that's what a 9 can do, even make mountains move when God's in attendance. And that's that piece. And this other one is called Prayer. Praying for better nights and better days, better nights and better days, better nights and better days and better in-betweens. I know that someone loves me. I'm blessed and hella lucky, stressed from being self-destructive, stretched out from wearing myself thin, but fuck it. Condoms aren't enough protection for your soul when you out here fucking. I'm neglecting me and expecting thee to respect my energy. Demons demanding a piece of my inner peace, nursing Nephilims, and my strength is what they're sucking. Besides the ones that match my actions, there's no action the ones that match my words, there's no action that I'm ducking. Mind full of ideas, but procrastination hits production and progression. Greatness be predestined. This pessimism I'm projecting don't fit the potential I'm possessing. Putting depression in remission really is my mission. I want back the me I've been missing. There's power in the tongue, so please watch who you've been kissing. Swapping slobber with the savior, my saliva hold a solution. I'm a savage that salvage souls and salivate salvation while you passive aggressive patrons proudly produce pollution. Feeling myself as if I'm masturbating. No longer comfortable with complaining. I'm my biggest critic and fishing for compliments has gotten draining. Seeking redemption, sinner, remember you still get heard when you're praying for better nights and better days, better nights and better days, better nights and better days and better in-betweens. Thank you.
What a testimony, right? She said, better days, better nights, better nights, better days, better in-betweens. Come on, in-betweens, yes. So we're going to bring up our next featured artist. Y'all give it up for Eros.
Peace and blessings. How y'all feel? Man, testimonies. I was sitting there thinking on my feet there, trying to come up with something powerful to say to start this piece. And I guess the word that just kept coming back to me is that no matter what circumstance you're in, God can do something special right from that space. You know, a lot of times we get into our head about like feeling like we got to have all the facts and details together. It's got to be presented perfectly for us to get to that next place. But God doesn't meet us in the knowing. He meets us in the going. That ability to just move, right? And what's fighting against you is that part of you that thinks about all your flaws, all the reasons why you don't qualify to be where you want to be, all the reasons you can't get out of this space that you're in. And that's the devil. The devil tries to make me believe, or at least forget, who I am. So I go back to the Almighty and I ask God if he's still by me. I hear him say, I am. You see, God reminds me that even when I feel odd, man, I'm still a child of God. I'll be smiled upon by my God. I'm attractive just like my God. I'm made in the image of my God. I breathe life into my surroundings. The manifestation of my life is all around me. God himself is who grounds me, which is why you'll never catch me on the ground. See, I be beautiful. I'm something like a work of art because my God only works with art. And if you think this is beautiful, wait until you see the work of art that he's done on my heart. I'll be butterflies on first dates. I'm King Solomon's wordplay. I'm magical moments on your worst day, the end of a work day. My God made me worthy of breathing. He is why I stand. I am a Levite band. I am Gideon's 300th man. I am a tower of power, empowered by his power, and I can never be devoured by any demonic coward. I be King David's heart, its most sensitive part. See, I'm gentle enough to play a harp, but I'm deadly with a rock. I use the Lord as my rock. I've never defiled my body with a rock. I still will kill the Millie Rock. I'm a teacher, leader, dedicated truth seeker. Clearly, I could go hard on a 2-liter. I'm too lethal. I'm a fighter like Rambo, a winner's example. I never give samples. I keep my kids engaged. I'm a Disney Channel. I'm super fatherly. I'll be a father of 3. And I'm using all my fathering fees to ensure my babies go farther than me. That's the father in me. You see, God spent a lot of time fathering me because my own flesh and blood, well, he was never a father to me. I will sit with you and do homework, make you laugh till your bones hurt. The love I give won't hurt. I'm a romantic Mozart, and I'm into most art. Love all people equal for the most part. I've sent messages about where I've been, no postcard. I go hard. For my family, I'm so hard. I'm hands-on with them like I'm inside of an OR. I find lost souls, and I'll put truth in them. I've been pursuing them. I got a street and a corporate face. Yeah, you ain't know I got 2 of them. The Prince of Poetry is really just a pseudonym. Wait until you see a suit on him. I take every business of mine and approach it with a business mind. I shine in dark circles, transform like Steve Urkel. Folks be out here quoting my poems like it's the color purple. My wool is dyed reddish purple. I'm big, but I move fast. I guess I'm a Ninja Turtle. You see, I'll be the faith of Mary with the courage of Queen Esther. Everything I do takes a king's effort. You will never catch this king sweating because I only use that king's weapons. You see, God put disappointment on me. You thought I was disappointed only? How could I ever be when the Lord is pointing on me and sprinkling this ointment on me? I'm a boy leading kings. I'll be a spiritual being. I strap my boots on like I'm a Texan. God gave me the intelligence to vex men. I'm superhuman, no X-Men. Never met one man I felt less than. Sleep on me, I say rest man. The groom only needs his best man, and I'm already the best man, but I'm always spreading love to the next man. I've never been looking to impress a man because I'm already too blessed. Amen? You heard what I stated, now let me rephrase it. There's a lot of reasons I believe that I could find to love myself. I didn't even thought real deep and found good reasons why I should hug myself. I've contemplated conversations where I was able to look above myself. I am quick to present my confidence because I use God's eyes to judge myself. Man, I love myself, and you should love yourself. That's that piece, y'all. Thank you.
So thank you so much for rooting us in how self-love and the love of God and from God really is kind of the Trinity, right? We need to surround ourselves with love from others and certainly center it within ourselves. Y'all give it up again for Eros. Y'all enjoying the show so far? Yes, right? I'm feeling good up here. It's feeling like it's coming back. So I just was like going back to my seat and, you know, mid Powerpuff, pew, pew, I saw a sister sneak in. I said, ooh, is that my sister back there wrapped up with the cloak of the good Lord and full of the Jesus? Yes, it is, my good sis. So I know she didn't say that she was going to share, but I'm just saying, if you're going to be up in here talking about the testimonials, you certainly cannot let this moment pass by. I would like to invite to this stage Robin Sinead. Come on, y'all.
I was in a dark place, of course. When you have a testimony, it usually comes from a dark place. And I was younger at the time, and I didn't know what this was. I didn't know how to come out of this. And this was really before I really engaged in a relationship with God to the place where I was when I wrote this piece. So just in my reflection of writing, this piece was birthed. Jesus, I can't believe you called me up. When I lost my identity, in my arm, I would carve an R and a B, trying to convince myself that this was me. But it wasn't. I didn't know that it had a name. I just figured I was going insane for trying to find an emotional fulfillment in an act of intentional physical pain. Then I learned that it was called cutting. You see, your demons, they don't care about your purpose. In fact, when you're discouraged, that means that they're on their job. Because your demons, you see, they have purpose too, which they try to fulfill through you, like when your joy and your peace and your heart has seemingly been robbed. You get to the place where you're tired of the race. You're tired of hoping and you're tired of the fight. You've come to the conclusion that peace is all an illusion and that the lesser wrong is actually the only right. Like a dog in its tail, you're in a cycle that just won't break. And by the time your epiphany comes, it seems like it's already too late. By the time you realize that you are the enemy you chase, you find yourself back in that same old place, in that same old state. But then again, sometimes you find yourself wanting to be in that place that almost killed you, amongst the things that never fulfilled you, not because you think it's the best place for you, but simply because it's the only place that's familiar. When you get to that place, and I've been there before, you'll find a lot of open doors, but it seems like they all lead to disaster. But you see, that's the illusion and the true evidence of your confusion, because the devil doors of opportunity will never lead you to a happily ever after. But remember this, there is no appointing without an issue. There is no freedom without an issue. There is no appointing without a misuse. There is no freedom without chains first, and there is no salvation without a rebirth. There is no diamond if there is no pressure. There is no gain if there was no pain first. There is no healing without a mental or a physical scar, and it's harder to grow closer to God if you've never been far. So count it all joy. Count it all joy as you begin to move forward and leave your past behind. Don't hang your head in shame, but raise it high with pride, knowing that your struggles has birthed something magnificent inside. I'm going to end it right there. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, sis. I too haven't been on the stage in a long time, so I appreciate your courage and sharing your testimony. Now I'm going to go bring this brother to the stage. He is, part of poetry history, because even before I started performing, I had heard his name. I had heard about his story. And then when I met him, I'm like, oh, wow, okay. I see why people hold on to that energy and speak his name in rooms. His testimony, his life is so deep and full of experiences that I think we all can learn from. And I know that he has something wonderful to share today. Thank you, Hood Rays, for all your contributions in the poetry community. We just really appreciate you. Y'all, come on, bring Hood Rays up in a mighty way.
You get introductions like that, it only comes with pressure. I honor you first, God, so you and I can always remain tight. I know you could be as peaceful as a sunset or as destructive as a hurricane's might, but I know it's because of your grace that I remain brave and unfazed whenever I'm faced with a stage and a mic. So daily when I awake, I humbly raise praises to your name so you can forever remain in every phase of my life. I know it's you that sets the gauge on my life. And I know it's you is the reason I excel. So while others in the corner, bitter and waiting to exhale, I try to stay directly connected to your word like Nextel. These are times where we need you most, when crime pays and sex sells. And everybody's sitting around waiting for that boat to finally come in and realize it's already done set sail. These are times, Lord, when I wondered why you made me so streetwise. Now I know it's because I'm not the average Joe. You need me to be a super soldier, kind of like those GIs. You need somebody who can do more than stand up in the pulpit looking down trying to speak to them. You need somebody who's going to get out in the streets with them. And if it boils down to it, actually break bread and eat with them, because in the end, the ultimate goal is somebody reaching them. And I attempted to rebel. My little feeble sense of anger, like, God, you can't make me. I was raised around vice lords. I don't believe in being gangstered. Then he laughed and told me that's why he chose me, because I believe in walking tough. It's like, Hood, I appreciate the fact that you're a poet, but right now, shut up because you talk too much. Because your flesh and your voice is just a tool for me to use. So let me give you a harsh reminder, because you got some things confused, because I'm the sound you hear when you assume it's a crowd's applause. And every positive accomplishment, I'm both the reason and the cause. When things not going your way, I gave you the means to make a way. I gave you the know-how to do the job to provide your seeds with a place to stay. And I'm the one that gave you the ability to touch people when you spit. And when he checked me, only thing left for me to do was just submit. Now I walk with faith, never questioning my own faith. I could stand in a circle of vice lords and spit with my head kept straight and taking the spirit of unity and denouncing the spirit of hate, because every positive path I take gets me close to the gates. Y'all see this passion in my face? I hope my message don't go to waste, because the point is missed and that BS still exists. Only thing left is just disgrace. Yet I'm on the case. No matter how much stress I face, I got a goal to accomplish, and I'm not the type that easily breaks. I'm standing solid in this space, leading the righteous army, a modern-day Marcus Garvey with the soul of Bob Marley. Ain't no weapon form gonna harm me. I got a vision for better days, working hard to be a better poet than I was yesterday, hoping to give you a message that's gonna leave you swept away and praying to the big man that some no other poet is yet to say. But if it doesn't happen, and God takes my last breath away, I gave my best, so I know I'll still be blessed anyway. But never again will I take credit for this skill. I just bow my head and humbly say, God, just use me as you will.
So if God is telling you something in your head and you've been avoiding it for years, because some of us have been hearing that voice for years and we have avoided it because it's uncomfortable. It doesn't make us feel good. Just imagine what glory is on the other end of that if you just allow yourself to submit and be vulnerable and be obedient. There's such blessing in obedience. Thank you, Hood Rays. Y'all give it up for him one more time. Our next featured performer she's a goddess. She's my sis. We have such a good time together. We laugh a lot. And I love the way she tells stories, like creating those moments that you can pull out the sky and connect them to your heart. And when I was thinking about, again, who I wanted to share this moment with me, I was like, I got to have my good sis with me. I got to have my good sis with me. So I need y'all to put your hands together for Mahogany Brick House.
Not all the time testimonies are peachy keen and end with a happily ever after. But I'm going to tell you my little story. Disclaimer, I promise you I love my daddy. I promise you he loved me to no end, okay? But sometimes when you look back, you have to really face the truth about what actually was happening, right? Take this. Sometimes I feel like a fatherless child. Sometimes I feel like a fatherless child. Sometimes I feel like a fatherless child, alone in this world, on my own, alone in this world, on my own. Can you hear me now? Can you see me now? Can you feel me now? My heart is beating, I'm breathing, and I didn't ask to be here. See, you and my mom, you thought you in love. You laid down and said, forget the glove, and then there I was, 9 months after Happy Hearts Day, and you had the nerve to forget my first birthday. I cried and wanted a bottle. Yes, I cried and wanted a bottle. I cried and wanted a bottle, and you picked up a bottle, and it wasn't a baby bottle. My mama needed Pampers, and you gave Irish Rose your dollars. And now I'm growing up feeling like it's my fault that two love-making creators laid down eye to eye and brought me to an existence, and now those eyes can't meet without resistance. And I'm left here standing 6 years old, feeling caught in the middle. I was reminded of a story about the first time that I met my grandmother. I was a winter baby, She cradled me in her arms, and she took off my gloves and my socks, and she counted every finger and every toe. She wanted to make sure I wasn't distorted before she said that I was yours. But not you. See, you knew this dark, skinny complexion DNA looked just like you. You even went in child support court and told the judge, I don't need no proof. And then poof, my mama's biggest fear came true. And I was left there standing, feeling like I had won the ghetto lottery. On the west side, amongst all of my friends, at least I knew you. But mama was left to make ends meet. She hustled to make sure I had everything I needed. But she told me not to blame you. Because, see, you were young, your first and only seed, and somebody should have sat you down and told you that some things are best said from a father to his kid. But don't worry, mama bossed up and she handled that shit. She told me you can have no boyfriend because she didn't want me to end up like she, 16 and pregnant. And I listened, I was obedient, abstained from sex and remained abstinent. Second year of college, first boyfriend, and we still didn't do it. But I'm still left wondering, what if my father would have sat me down and imparted his wisdom, like how to avoid the lies and pitfalls of men, how to know when I've been cheated on, know when it's over and done and it's time to move on, or maybe 18 when I had my first heartbreak, had my father's shoulder to cry on. But I'm not saying you didn't love me. I mean, I heard those words to no end, and every chance you get, you would tell the world, so even they knew it. And I'm not trying to spit this poem to defame you. I still don't blame you. I mean, I came to grips that I think just like you. I blame the bottle too. But see, you left me physically fatherless, out here in this world, emotionally bruised, waiting for the next man to try to misuse. But who would tell a 52-year-old man dying of cancer that his absence in the past left you presently feeling abandoned? And I'm feeling alone in this world, on my own, alone in this world, on my own. But I'm standing here, your only seed. I'm burying my father on his back in a casket 6 feet deep. And when I finish reciting this poem, there's a few people on your side of my family that's not gonna like me. And it's okay, because you and my mother, see, y'all knew the truth. I'm just glad you got it right with the big man. So when you get to Heaven's Gate, tell him to change my name to Truth, because you knew the truth hurt, and Daddy, it hurts. But I'm gonna be okay, just like I told you in my living room on your death day. All you wanted was for your siblings and your seed to create a truce. But when you died, your biggest fear came true, because the day you closed your eyes, them niggas disappeared, just like you. Sometimes I feel like a fatherless child. Sometimes I feel like a fatherless child. Sometimes I feel like a fatherless child, left alone in this world, on my own, alone in this world, on my own. Thank you.
What a powerful, powerful testimony. Whew. I think our parents, some of them did the best that they could do, and I think it's okay for us to say that some of them could have probably did a little bit better, and say that with love, right? Not as a criticism of them as a person, because we understand that we are the culmination of our experiences, and maybe they just didn't have it to do, and were doing it the best they knew how to do, and the model that had did it before them was also a little bit flawed. So we have some generations of of pain and trauma and poor parenting, and here we are sitting with that and trying to navigate that. But there's also a good place for forgiveness. It frees you. It does. It gives you wings. It makes you feel lighter. And I think that poem provided you some peace and hopefully has provided others in this room some peace. All right, y'all, give it up for Mahogany Brick House. So we are thankful for middle-aged rappers. We're thankful for praying your specific prayers. And we are about to demonstrate a little bit of what this middle-aged rapping by some poets is going to do. This is called Seek Ye. I would like to bring my brother and sister up to the stage. Y'all give it up for Rhema Rhetoric. Okay. Is you queued up? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Is we ready, fellow middle-agers? But seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness, and all things, not some things, but all things will be added to you. 22 years old, barely making it on my own. Had gas to get to my internship, but none to make it home. Sat in that gas station trying to decide just what to do. Couldn't call my daddy cause I used up my sub-minutes too. So I just sat there with tears streaming down my face, but started praying and rocking and singing Amazing Grace. Then I heard God say, go see the tall man inside. Tell him you need a full tank of gas for your little ride. Scared but obedient, asked for 25 on pump 7. Told the man I didn't get paid until April 11. But if you just let me fill up my gas tank today, I will bring double the money as soon as I got paid. The man looked at me, smiled and said okay. Said God told him I was going to see him that day, and gave me 2 prepaid cards to put minutes on my phone. Told me to be careful cause I was far from home. Prosperity belongs to you and me, whether up or down, right or wrong. God's been there all along. Jesus will work it out. Just seek ye, seek ye, seek ye. Prosperity belongs to you and me, whether up or down, right or wrong. God's been there all along. Jesus will work it out. Just seek ye, seek ye, seek ye.
The year was 2000 on my first house. I had to close with one more credit reference needed. Where it's coming from, nobody knows. My realtor is saved like me. We're conversing about offerings and tithings. Offering is given, tithing is paid. 10% of the income that I made. To the church I attend, a call I extend. Need a printout of my tithing from beginning to end. To the finance company, submission was made. We review this for a few business days. Time is passing, I'm stressing. Seeking God in prayer, the victory I'm confessing. Phone rings on a Wednesday, good news I hear.
Credit reference accepted.
Closing date this Saturday, make sure you're here. Make sure you're here.
Prosperity belongs to you and me, whether up or down, right or wrong. God's been there all along. Jesus will work it out. Just seek ye, seek ye, seek ye. Prosperity belongs to you and me, whether up or down, right or wrong. God's been there all along. Jesus will work it out. Just seek ye, seek ye, seek ye.
Little did I know my world was about to change. Met up with some friends to hang, to do a poetry thing. On the way, I developed an unquenchable thirst. No matter how much water, my thirst got worse. I couldn't understand what was going on with me. Didn't know what this was. What could this be? Went to see a doctor upon my return. What he told me, I was shocked at what I learned. Blood sugar higher than a giraffe's behind. It was diabetes, I had all the signs. One day it took its toll, it was out of control. Hey, 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 hey. I asked God, why did this happen to me? God said, I chose you to show those who don't believe. Spirit me to show his glory, told me to tell my story so they too will seek me, seek me.
Prosperity belongs to you and me, whether up or down, right or wrong. God's been there all along. Jesus will work it out. Just seek ye, seek ye, seek ye. Prosperity belongs to you and me, whether up or down, right or wrong. God's been there all along. Jesus will work it out. Just seek ye, seek ye, seek ye. All right, y'all. Give it up for us. That's That's Seek Ye, Kai Love featuring Rhema Rhetoric, our testimonies. Yes. I want to thank my brother and sister for partnering with me on this. Seek Ye is certainly a song of 3 testimonies. And again, I encourage you to listen to the album if you haven't already. Thank y'all for being here today. This is the first Eye Recite Presents since 2019.
All right.
So it's been a long time. I'm working the rust out, but I hope that y'all will join me again once we have another production, maybe sometime in the fall potentially. So thank you for coming. Thanks to all of the other performers. Y'all give them a round of applause. So on that note, thank you. We love you. Good afternoon. We'll see you the next time.